Set up the definite integral required to find the area of the region bounded by those two equations by integrating over the x-axis. So you see the two equations. So this one right here, well, here, let me put it up here. This curve must be y equals 4 minus x squared because it's curved, right? And it's curved downward. So it's a U shape going downward. It's a negative x squared. It's a parabola. The other one, this one, well, here, I'll put it actually right here. This one must be y equals 2x plus 1. So if we want to find the area between the two graphs, then we have to integrate. Change the color. We have to integrate from the left edge to the right edge, and we're going to have to find those. So this would be the left edge wherever these guys intersect, and this would be the right edge. So this is the left and the right. So we've got to find the left and the right. In fact, let me just put them on the x-axis right here. So this is the left edge, this is the right edge. They're their x values of what? Of the top function minus the bottom function dx. So in other words, we're integrating, we're putting little rectangles sideways to add up all the area between the curves. And we got to take the top function minus the bottom. This is the top function, this is the bottom, to get the area between them. And so, all right, so that's going to become, so what is the left and the right? So we got to find the left and the right. So how do we do that? Well, it's the places where they intersect. So come in here, find the 2 points of intersection. So how do we find the 2 points of intersection? That'd be this point here and this point here. How do we find them? Well, you set the two equations equal. You take 4 minus x squared and you set it equal to 2x plus 1. Find where they're equal. Find where they hit each other, where they intersect. So you got to solve that equation. So how do we solve an x squared equation? To solve an x squared equation, step one, get a 0 on one side. So I'm going to bounce this over here and bounce this over there. So that'll leave 0. This will be positive x squared. Here, let me change the color actually. This will leave 0. This will be positive x squared plus 2x plus 1. Whoops. And then minus 4, right? Because that positive 4 came over and is now minus 4. So that's 0 equals x squared plus 2x minus 3. Does that make sense? I just jumped both these guys to the other side. They change signs. A squared is positive, the 4 is negative, combine like terms. All right, so now step 2 is the quadratic formula. So remember the quad. So it's negative b, so minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Might need a little more room here. So, all right, so let's do it. So we're going to do that, and it's going to be, okay, so this is A is 1, B is 2, C is negative 3. So negative B, negative 2, plus or minus the square root of B squared, 2 squared, minus 4 times A times C, all over 2A. And so what's that? That is, you can type it into decimals. I'll just work it out by hand. This is 4 plus 12 over 2, right? See the plus? Because we have a negative times a negative there. And so that's negative 2 plus or minus the square root of 16 over 2. So that's negative 2 plus, and the square root of 16, of course, is 4. So negative 2 plus 4 over 2, or negative 2 minus 4 over 2. That's a negative 2 plus 4 is 2 over 2, which is 1. Or this is what? Negative 6 over 2, which is negative 3. So there's our two answers, 1 and negative 3. So these must intersect. This must be The right must be +1 and the left must be -3. Goes from -3 to +1, which is exactly what they got in the answer there. So the left is -1, x, or sorry, the left is -3 and the right is +1. Okay, so then our integral then is going to be the integral from -3 to +1 of the top minus the bottom. Remember, it's top minus bottom. What's the top function? Well, this is the top function up here. So that's going to be 4 minus x squared. Subtract, and then the bottom function, this one, straight line is on the bottom. There we go. And then it's dx. So then we're going to simplify that. That's the integral from -3 to 1. I'm going to distribute that. So we're going to get 4 minus x squared minus 2x minus 1 dx. So that's the integral from -3 to 1 minus x. Well, it doesn't matter what order you put it in. Really, you just need to combine 4, take away 1, right? That's 3 minus x squared minus 2x dx. There we go. That's what they said. They put a little bit different order, but there it is. There's the integral that you would need to. We're going to stop there. We're just setting up the integral. We're not going to compute the integral, but that's the integral you would compute to find the area in between. And so there we go.